you guys, last week I did a series of 4 videos in order to kick off our new year, and one of them was titled The Big Picture, and it covered essentially an overarching view of how I see our school year going with time off and school and half days and breaks and field trips and all that stuff. The next thing that I do is implement or input unit studies within that skeleton. And here's the skeleton. This is what I had done with you guys last week. But unit studies are very important to us. And because of that, what I do is I take that school year image and then I have a list of all of the unit studies I have, how long I think they might need to take. And from there, I put them into this calendar. And Morgan likes to see it. So one thing that I do is she doesn't want a monthly planner like I have. She wants this somewhere that she can get, and she views it and knows what we're doing and when. And since the schedule is important to her and me, this is what I do. All right, here we go. Okay, here's the schedule I did last week. And then what I did was just kept a copy here and kind of for ease, took everything off. So now we know what we're working with for all of our available days for unit studies. Now, here are all my unit studies. I guess I should show you my unit studies. First, I'm implementing live education this year. This is the Waldorf style. So we're going to do this, which I view as unit studies because they treat their lessons sort of in blocks, and they call them main lessons. Here are the main lessons: fractions, the Kalevala, Norse myths, Beowulf, and then here is the world of animals and animal and the human. They have teaching grammar with imagination. We are not going to do this part of live education because I had already committed to and really don't want to change using Michael Clay Thompson's Grammartown. And I had mentioned why I'm switching from Fix It Grammar to this because the vocab is better for Morgan. And then there is local geography, history, and industry. We really are looking forward to that. Now, under Royal Fireworks Press that Michael Clay Thompson is published under, there are the PBLs that I've got a video for: ferret ecology and the plague. Our final, and I think our most important PBL, is the pop-up bakery plan that I had created for Morgan. She is a baker. She's been baking since she was in the 1st grade on her own, and she really likes it and is interested in becoming a baker. So because of that, I thought, well, let's do a PBL because there's a lot more to becoming a baker than just baking. There's the business part of it too. If you want to own your own business, it's probably a good idea to even get your master's in business. Of all the things that we have here, this one will not be dumped this year. This will fit in. We will do that one. We're really looking forward to the plague and all of these. But as you see, there are a lot. This is something that's not a unit study. We don't have to worry about that. Now, the introduction has a suggestion of how frequently you should do their main lessons and when. So keeping that in mind, which I will not go into detail now, but keeping that in mind, here's the plan. This is pared down. So there's the plague, ferret study, pop-up bakery, 2 portions of geography, 2 portions of fractions, Norse myths, Kalevala, Beowulf, 2 unit studies or portions of man and animal. And then an extra here is World School because I would like to have 3 one-week deep dives into World School planning with Morgan because she needs to be a part of it and know how to make reservations and all of that good stuff, which I can go into in greater detail later. But I also need to make sure that I leave space for those. So while it's not a unit study, I'm keeping that in mind and plugging that into the calendar to make sure that I don't forget it. Our first one is going to be geography. And the suggestion is 3 weeks of geography twice. So 3 weeks somewhere here and then 3 weeks in the second semester. But we already did, in 4th grade, we did North Dakota studies and we did that really well. So I don't think that we need to do 3 and 3. We're going to do 2 and 2 instead. So this geography here and in this week will be the local, and let's see, is it local? Yeah, it's local and not regional. It's city, I think local city. Then I need to find a place for geography again later, and we will do that in a second. So maybe not a second, maybe in a few minutes. Let's fill something else in. Okay, one thing that we're really, really looking forward to is Man and Animal. That's one of the main reasons. Science in Waldorf, the way that they teach it, the science of the Waldorf is the reason, the huge reason why I chose Waldorf education. I like how they merge science with art, and I also really like how they just stop everything and do a real unit or a real deep dive into these subjects. So this will be, we will do 3 weeks here, and I don't know of a better way to do it, so don't make fun of me. I guess I could have blocked it off or something, but I just have to rewrite it over and over again for my own brain for this. This is just the way I think. I want to do the Michael Clay Thompson one, and I think we should do, okay, so I want to try doing the ferret study here and then here, because we just finished Man and Animal, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of fun to talk about the ecology of ferrets and the geography of that and their biology. So I thought that would be kind of a nice pairing between Waldorf and Michael Clay Thompson. Now, Morgan can have an opinion on this, and I don't mind. We can do Norse mythology, the Kalevala, or Beowulf, whenever she wants. So for me, I think what I'm just going to do, here's the Kalevala, Norse, and Beowulf. I'll just plug it into the year's calendar, but when we start getting towards the first one, I'll just double check with Morgan and say, hey, look at these, which one do you want to do first? Because I don't know, if we run short on time or we burn out and we don't want to do a third one, then I prefer to do her first and second choice rather than her third choice. For now, I will just put in Norse mythology here, and then we break here, and then we finish right there. There is a real specific reason why we are going to do the pop-up bakery here. Let's see, pop-up, yeah. Because this is a real exercise. She's going to bake, she's going to put the advertisements out, she's going to use social media and do designing. She'll plan for the bakes, she will figure out how much money she needs for the ingredients and how long everything takes, what the recipes that she's going to pick. She's going to sell them online in our local environment, just exactly like a pop-up bakery works. So she'll learn how a pop-up bakery works. She will do the bakes. And I thought a nice idea or nice great time for it would be leading up to Thanksgiving. So then delivery of her bakes will be here in time for Thanksgiving. Or if that's Wednesday, maybe it'll be here. Again, she will do another, but it won't take as long because this is a lot of lead up, all the work and the business aspect and the business plan and all that stuff. And all of her recipes will be kind of honed in and perfected there, so that when we do the second pop-up bakery, it doesn't need to be as long. Here's the pop-up prep, kind of lessons learned from the last one, getting new ingredients, revamping recipes, and then delivering them here locally. So that's the pop-up bakery here. Okay, so we've got time. We can do the Kalevala. Here is where we're going to have some overlap. And I think this is a good overlap. We like to listen a lot to books, and I think this would be really great to listen to. And also we'll do it in the evening because we do our literature reading in the evening. So I don't see any reason why we can't pay an attention to a pop-up bakery in the afternoon here and then finish up the Kalevala in the evening here and do morning work. This will be half days. If you remember from the last video, these are half days. They're marked kind of like across like this. So I figured the half days would be a really great place for World School Prep. Here and here. That's one. We might have, I think in another one would be right here. This would be World School Prep as well, because here's World School. Now, here's something I'm thinking about doing, and because lesson learned from last year about how slow we were and sort of, I think the monotony got to us where we were still enthusiastic about school, but we were tired of our routine. My idea for now is to cover this entire month of January with Beowulf and the Plague all month. I think we can pull it off, because if we take a break from math, it's okay to just stop everything to include our regular reading. We could listen to Beowulf. I could do a read aloud here. And then all day, in the morning at least, Morgan can work on the plague, which I think by now, so we're doing Story of the World, the blue book, which is the Middle Ages. And so by the time we get here in January, we'll be hopefully deeply ensconced in medieval world history. And Beowulf is a great book for that, as well as the plague. I think that would pair really well and also give us a nice break. What will we do in the afternoons here? If you know North Dakota in the deep dark January and February, it's horrible. The weather is, well, I think it's great, but some people think it's horrible. It's hard to get around. It's dark. It's cold. It's very austere up here. So in the afternoons, something that I don't talk about as a subject necessarily all of the time, but really should be, is PE. We do a lot of PE. And I think in the afternoon, we will just throw our stuff in the car, and either we've got a little gym here on our farmstead, we'll go and work out here, or we will drive to a gym, an indoor gym, and do some swimming and working out and just getting out. And I think those three things, I'll write plus PE, although it's not a unit study, and there's PE all throughout here, I think will really, really be good for us. I think another time after here will be some world school prep. And now it's time to do another man and animal. Let's see, where should we start? And we'll do 3. So man and animal here. And that will complete our science for Waldorf. And then we'll go straight into, because the weather sometimes is better here, we'll go straight into our second iteration of geography. Geography here. What is that, March? Oh, no, we can't do that. That's like, oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can do that here. I don't know why I erased it. So I got confused with these half days. So we'll do geography here, but we'll just do, I think, 1 week for state geography, because we really did a lot of state geography for North Dakota studies this last year. And we're going to continue to do geography and North Dakota studies every year. So I think 1 for the state will be just fine. Also, because here, while we do world schooling, we'll be doing another part of geography, which is wherever we are and wherever we plan to be. It'll be map reading and other types of social geography, sociology, all of that stuff here. So we only need to do 1 week there. Let's see, now what? Oh, I didn't have fractions. Where are fractions? So fractions should be here. What color should we do fractions? Should we do them dark green? No, I've got dark green. How about yellow? Okay, so fractions, because we're doing, that's really hard to see, isn't it? Oh well, you know what I'm doing. Because we're already doing Math UC, and we do a lot of that, I thought that we would do 1 week of fractions here. And we're doing fractions in Delta anyway, but the Waldorf method of math and fractions, I would really like to try that. So while we do Math UC throughout this entire time, I really want to also do double up on math here and do fractions their way and see if we like it. And then the next fractions is here for half days, leading up to, because here's the end of April, we're just coming back, so we need a little bit of a break. We need to get back into things. I thought fractions here along with some of our Math UC again, and then jumping right into, this is test prep because this is test week, and this is core. We focus on reading comprehension, vocabulary, spelling, all the ELA stuff that's going to be tested here, math, and then we'll also keep up with the Well-Trained Mind Academy French, because Morgan has French class. We can't just drop that because it's an actual formal class, but that won't be too hard for her, I don't think, especially after this. And that's it. I have some weeks open, and it's okay if we, slide a little bit, or there's a week open here. This is our start week. Here's our start week. Here's a week open here. Then we roll into geography, and then 3 weeks of man and animal, and then the ferret study. Then we do Norse mythology, the pop-up bakery. Here's fractions here for a week. Then the Kalevala, another pop-up bakery, more like a mini one. Here's some world school prep during half days. Just stopping everything. I think this is a great experiment. Just dumping everything, which is, I think, unusual. Most people don't dump other English and math and all that stuff. to only focus on Beowulf and the plague. Then we'll do some world school prep here, time off here. There's an open week. Man and Animal, our second iteration. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. Do you know what? We can have an extra here. Just another break extra. This is messy. That's okay. I'll redo it all and make it look pretty. Then let's see, where was I? Okay, so then our last 3 weeks of Man and Animal, then an open week, then half days leading up to World School. So we'll do a lot of World School prep here, World School, and then half days leading up to test prep. We'll add in fractions here, and then test prep. Yep. I think that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? I hope that helps you see somebody else's idea of what a school year is and how it works for them. Our way is our way, your way. You may look at it and go, oh, that's a terrible idea. That would never work in this house. Or perhaps there's something that you hadn't thought of and it just sparks an idea to do or try something new for yourself in your homeschool. So wherever you are and whoever you are, thanks for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.